The moment you start winning, the moment you start becoming the best version of yourself, you're starting to feel like that person, like that girl, that's when people will show their true colors. And it's not support what they want. What they want is control. And what do they do when they can't control you? They'll try to tear you down, and they will try. They will try to break you. Hi guys, my name is Jessica. Welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about envy and how people will try to bring you down the moment they notice you start to rise. So let's get right into it. So first things first, let's address those types of people that we mentioned before. Those people that are trying to tear you down, they are beneath you. Point blank period. They are beneath you, and that's why they are trying to pull you down to their own level. They want you at their level because they know deep down that they will never reach yours. That's why they gossip, that's why they lie, and that's why they're going to try to make you doubt yourself. But you know what? Does their opinion pay your bills? No, it doesn't. Because their envy doesn't stop your blessings. And their hate will never slow you down unless you let it. So what do? You feel you're in a better place, things are working out, everything just seems to align, you're feeling great. What do when we start to notice that, especially sometimes it's people that we love, that out of nowhere come with these comments or, weird things, a weird behavior that you've never seen before. This is exactly the moment where you keep winning and you keep growing and you keep proving them wrong. Because what is the best revenge? Success. And trust me, nothing hurts an envious person more than just watching you thrive, because they don't want that. They want to pull you down at their level, as I said before, gossiping, lying, just tearing people down, and you are not at that level. You are evolving. So that will just make them even more angry. And this made me notice, because the reason why I make this video is because for the first time in my life, I noticed envy in a person that I love. And it got me thinking, and I thought, I must be doing better than I thought, because this type of behavior I've never seen in my life, and the only reasonable thing is that that person is envious of me, and it's an experience that it's something that I've never experienced. So it's very curious to see that, and this took me to the conclusion that people love to see you struggle. They love to see you struggling. Just when you are just like them, when you're feeling lost, when you're feeling insecure, you're not loving yourself. What do they do when you're like that? They clap you. They want you to stay like that. They call you real. They can relate to you. But what happens the second you start winning? The second you become everything they are too scared to be. Their energy suddenly changes. Now I want you to think of envy as not as something admirable and not a compliment, because envy is an illness. And what does this illness do? It eats people alive, because when they see you doing what they couldn't achieve, what they were too lazy to work for, or whatever, all they're going to feel is resentment towards you. And what do they tell you? Now all of a sudden you've changed, you're not the same person you were before, you are different. No, you didn't change, you grew, and that is their problem. And at the end of the day, you have to come to the realization that they were never rooting for you, never. They were rooting for your struggle, and they liked you better when you were insecure, when you were doubting yourself, when you actually needed them. Now watch how people act, how they change when you finally believe in yourself. When you stop playing small, when you stop settling. That, in that moment, is when you see who really supports you then, who is really there for you. And let me tell you, and I'm going to hold your hand while I say this, most people don't. They'll smile to your face, they'll clap in public, but behind doors, they are hoping, they might even be praying. It may sound crazy, but it happens. that you fail. That's at the end of the day what they want. They want you to fail, because deep down they don't want you to be better. They want you to just be like them, just be stuck. Do you actually think everyone wants you to win? Short answer, no. They want you to do okay, just not better than them, of course. Because your success reminds them of everything they could have been but aren't. And it forces them to face their own excuses, their own laziness. And what do instead of being better, becoming a better version? They hate. But here is the thing. That is their problem, not yours. You are not going to shrink yourself just because it makes someone else more comfortable. And you don't lower your standards just because it threatens their mediocrity. You didn't come all this way just to stop now. You didn't put all this work in just to stop now. So just let them talk. Let them doubt you. Let them envy you. Because while they're just focusing on what you do and watching you, you are moving forward. And where are they going to be? Right. They're going to be left right exactly where you left them, behind you. So you have to remind yourself, you didn't put all this work just to dim your light for people who are just too afraid to shine. And you are not responsible for their insecurities. You are not obligated to shrink just because it makes them more comfortable. It makes no sense. So just remember that when you are at your best, people will hate you for it. And it's not because you've done anything wrong. It's not that. It's because you are actually doing something right. You've leveled up, and that just makes them uncomfortable. Because people, at the end of the day, people like you when you're like them, where you're uncomfortable, when you're struggling, when you're insecure, when you doubt yourself, when you are just like them. And suddenly, the moment you step into your power, this energy just like shifts. They are throwing shade. They are just like making these passive-aggressive comments, acting different, all because your success reminds them of their failures. Your glow up makes them confront the fact that they've been playing small. And you can either go two ways here. You can either be inspired or you can be jealous. And most of the times, they choose to be jealous, and that's where envy comes in. Because feeling envious is much more easier than self-improvement. It's much easier to hate on you than to put in the work themselves. So that's what they're going to focus on, you, hating you, envying you, because they don't want to face themselves. So the important thing that you must remember is that their envy is not your problem. Your job here right now is to keep winning, keep growing, and keep shining. Because at the end of the day, the people that tear you down, they secretly wish they had your confidence, your discipline, and your drive. So stop trying to make yourself smaller just to make other people more comfortable, because you don't owe them that. You are not responsible for their insecurities, and if they have a problem with your success, that's their burden to carry and not yours. And just remember, you are doing something right at the end of the day. And as I said, this is a completely new experience for me, because these last years, if you've seen my other channels, I've been struggling quite a lot. And now that I feel that I am like at a new level, a new chapter in my life, I'm starting to see these behaviors, and I didn't understand it at first. And then it just hit me, and I was like, they are envious of me. They have envy. They don't want me to keep going forward, and they're going to try whatever they can to bring me down to their level. And in the end, what this just makes me is, it makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. So I'm going to keep going and just don't take any notice of the comments, of what you hear. If they are gossiping about you, if they are doing this, if they are doing that, at the end of the day, they just want you at their own. They just want to bring you down. That's everything they want. So the best thing you can do here is just keep going, keep doing you, keep focusing on you. And they can just stay there. I mean, who has the energy when you are focusing on yourself, when you are trying to be the best version of yourself? Do you actually have time to focus on what other people are doing? No, because you are focused on what you are doing. You are focusing all your energy on yourself. You're not focusing on other people. And that's what I've been doing. Like, I'm not wasting my time on people and what they are doing. All my energy is invested in myself and in like in like bettering myself and becoming the best version of myself. And it's made me realize like, why are people focusing on what I'm doing? Because I'm living my life. I'm doing me. It's like I'm just minding my own business. And I have to hear these comments and these actions, these behaviors, just because you're jealous. I'm not even paying attention to what you're doing. So if you find yourself in a situation like that, I mean, that's good. You're just focusing on yourself. So keep doing that. Let them do whatever they want to do with you. Just don't let it affect you. Don't put that energy to those people, because that's what they want at the end of the day. So we're not doing that. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep moving forward. Let's see what the angels have to say about this. Now, maybe you have to think about, or maybe because it's also happened to me, I've been that person in the past. I've been the envious person, and I've never liked when someone was maybe doing better than me. And I can recognize this. It's not the person that I am now, but I used to be. So maybe you need to put that work. If you find yourself that you are that person, maybe you have to put in the work to stop being that person. Maybe you need to think about that, or your journey to become your better self. I don't know, just think about something that maybe you want to work on or you need to improve. We will see what the cards have to say. I'm just going to close my eyes and choose a card that speaks to me. This one. Abundance. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your highest self, you attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. And our affirmation is, the more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. And this is it. This is what you have to give into the world. Love, not envy, no hate. We don't need that negative energy in our lives. It's completely the opposite what we need. Because that's what they say. When you give love, when you give kindness to the world, it gives it back to you. So that's what we have to focus on. Just leaving that, all that hatred, all that gossiping, all that, those things, speaking bad about someone else behind their backs, and just all this hate. I know it may be difficult judging as well. I used to judge hard, I used to judge a lot of people. Now I don't, and sometimes, of course, I'm human, I find myself doing it, but you try to stop yourself, because in the end it's just poison for yourself. You're just poisoning yourself with these things that make you feel better, talking bad about someone because you're jealous, and it might make you feel better at the moment, but in the end you're just poisoning yourself. So this is what we have to do. We have to spread love, spread kindness, just be a good person, and in the end the universe will return it to us with abundance, with everything we want. So let's just keep doing that. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced someone else feeling envious of you, or if you have ever felt envy towards someone else, because we are human, it happens. And if you have any tips, feel free to leave them down below. Okay guys, I will see you next Sunday. Bye.